What's up, Panther Nation? This is the Black Cat, and I'm back. Yes, it's true. It's damn true. And I'm ready for it. And I'm so excited to be back. I had to take a little hiatus. Your boy, finally, he's a United States Marine now. He had to go through all the training and everything. Right now, we're on our way to making this world a little better place. I know we're going through a lot of stuff right now, but this is not a political thing. But yes, you'll see a lot more United States Marine things. I'm trying to get everything back up in the way that it was running before. Hopefully, it'll be a lot better. Before I left, I was getting a lot of support and everything. Thank you guys. Thanks for all the downloads. We reached almost 2,000 downloads so far. But we just want to continue to grow. We'll be on YouTube. We'll be on iTunes. We'll be on Stitcher. You can catch me on Spreaker, which that's where a lot of you have caught me on so far. Please subscribe. Hit the like button if you can. Go to my website. The website will be changing in like a couple of weeks. It's going to be called the pantherfanscommunity.com. It's just for Panther fans. You go there, you'll have a place where you can write, jot notes, or whatever. You'll see my articles, you'll see my podcast, you'll see everything. So please support, and thank you guys so much. But yeah, we're back, and there's been a lot of stuff going on. To talk about. I'm not going to even have time to cover all of it. So we'll just cover the stuff that's kind of current, because I know we'll cover a few things that happened that I want to talk about while I was away, but we'll cover most of the stuff that's kind of current. There's been so much that's happening, so much to be excited about, to be a Panthers fan, not just for this season, but for the future, the seasons that's coming in the future and everything. So yeah, this is the Black Cats podcast. This is your podcast. So let's get it started.
Y'all know what time it is. Why? I like to introduce the song. Bow, and present to many. Carolina Panthers. T1, let go.
There we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kick out, so go on, let us in, so we can hit the end zone and show you how we dance. Black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Here we go again. Yeah, black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. We gon' get it. Yeah.
Game face on, ready for whatever. Rain, sleet, snow, go through any weather. We gon' play to win, as long as we together. We gon' take it out, cause ain't nobody better. Heart of a champ, mind of a winner. All we do is win, that's the anthem. Show up to your city and make a lot of noise, and they be like, who that? Panther! Yeah, we be going hard, and we be going strong. We known everywhere, cause we be putting on. Losing on condone that, point blank period. Shut the lead down, cause it is that serious.
There we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kick out, so go on, let us in, so we can hit the end zone and show you how we dance.
Black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Yeah, black, blue, silver, white, black, blue.
We gon' get it.
Yeah.
You, John Connor, the guy behind you, and we, baby.
I study Luke more than any other. I like Luke.
As far as inside backers go, he's number one. Everything about his game is on point.
Maybe the best in the league at what he does at middle linebacker, Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly is the highest ranked inside linebacker by his peers. It's his 5th straight appearance on the top 100.
Luke Kuechly knocked it free.
He missed the season's final 6 games, and Carolina missed 10.
The games that I've had to take the field without him, you can definitely tell the difference when his presence is not there.
Panthers bringing a blitz. He'll be sacked. Kuechly led the charge.
Luke Kuechly just enveloped him.
We work so long together and we work beside each other so much.
Luke Kuechly, what more can you do?
We really start to know what each other's thinking, and it just really makes the game easier.
Game in his mind before the snap even happens. I think sometimes defense coordinators even call the plays. I think Luke's just out there going, like, no, we need to be here, call this, do this, do this.
Star, close left, close right, Avery drop, or Peel.
He reads keys, he reads linemen, he reads quarterback eyes.
Here's Stroud, you're out.
When he goes out on Sundays and do things like that.
Rivera, after the Panthers just wrapped up minicamp, and Ronald has a very schools out for summer feel to it right now. How do you characterize this semester, how it went?
Well, I thought for the most part the sixth graders handled themselves very well. It was probably the juniors and seniors I thought that really showed their abilities. It was good. I really do think it was good, Bill. I was really excited about what happened the last couple of days. You know, we basically did our entire installation program. The first 10 practices we had no OTAs, and these 3 minicamp practices really used as a test to see exactly where we are, see who retains what. See whose technique got better and improved, and for the most part, who did. And we as coaches, that'll help us going into training camp.
You did have a new kid out here today. What did you make of 22?
It was fun to watch. I mean, he did things that we expect him to be able to do. We were smart. We tried not to overuse them. It's like when you get the new toy, you stick in those new batteries and you play till the batteries wear out. We tried to be smart. We gave him some pretty good shots. We had him run, I think the most we had was 6 plays in a row. And he was a little winded at the end, but he really looked good. He really did. And, probably the biggest indicator was one of the first plays he was in there was down in the red zone. Coach Wilkes called a blitz on defense, and Christian knew who to pick up. That really told me something about who he is in terms of his ability to prepare and get ready to play.
I overheard some of the linebackers talking about how difficult it is playing an offense that's throwing so many formations at you. If you were still playing and at the linebacker position, how difficult would it be to prepare for an offense that's throwing so much at you?
Bill, I think that's one of the pluses about competing against our guys is that if you can handle all the shifts and motions, all the personnel groups, all the formations that we throw at you, you're going to be pretty good. That means you understand the concepts. And there's certain things that the guys got to learn that, when things happen, things break down, you got to go back to your base fundamentals. And hopefully we've learned our base fundamentals and how to handle these types of situations.
So what's next for you over the next 6 weeks?
A little rest, a little break, get away from things. At some point we're going to take a trip back west and get a chance to visit the family. It's kind of a neat time for us too as coaches because this is probably the one time where you can really kind of forget things for a little bit. Not too much because I keep my phone with me in case you guys have something that I got to correct and fix.
Oh yeah, us, yeah. Well, we'll see you in 6 weeks, and I'm sure that we'll get under your skin in Spartanburg.
Well, I appreciate the warning.
Out and come out here and play football again. It's been a while, so it's good to come out here and just be with the guys and still learning.
How anxious were you during this time?
Oh, real anxious. It sucks whenever you got your team competing and you're not, but it is what it is. You just got to follow the system, and I'm glad to be here now.
Did you have any nights where your buddies or your dad, did you get anyone to quiz you on the playbook? Did you do anything to kind of keep the mind fresh?
Yeah, so me and Coach Skipper would talk for about 45 to an hour a day, just over the installs that they did that day, and then we go over them, and then he'd quiz me. And so it was just real good. He's been extremely helpful with taking the after hours out of his day to help me, so I was very appreciative of it.
He seems like a cell phone or rotary phone kind of guy as opposed to FaceTime. Was that a phone situation?
You might be right. He's had enough years though. He knows how to work with just about everything now.
Christian Rob said that he was going to find out real quick where you fit in here today. You were kind of thrown into a bunch of different formations. How'd you feel out there going through all the different types of plays you're running?
I felt real good. I got really lucky coming to a place like this. We got a lot of vets helping me out, and the coaches are great. So, I just came in, been studying so hard. So today was just about going out, playing fast, and, nice getting back playing football again.
Did you get any pointers from anyone before you came out today?
Oh, just have fun and play ball. Every time you step on this field, there are the X's and O's, but football is a fun sport. So it's about coming out here and working hard, giving great effort, and having fun.
Christian, it looks like they're going to use you in a lot of different ways. I think we saw some of that out there today. What are your thoughts on all the ways they're going to use you?
I figure, the more ways you can be dynamic, the better, for the coaches, for me, and for the team. So, whatever they ask me to do, that's what I'll do.
What do you do from here?
Learn more of the plays. Still, on it every single day because it's some time off. So I'll be able to get in and study and then, work out, just train the whole time.
You are allowed to be around the facility now.
I'm not sure the rules. I got to ask somebody. I don't want to get hurt saying something I have no idea yet.
If you are allowed, I'm assuming are you going to?
Yeah, I'll be here with a lot of the guys, trying to learn all the stuff.
Would you like to see them change that rule?
I would, yeah. I'd like to see, or at least make some, exceptions there. But, it is what it is. I followed the rule. It wasn't ideal for me, but it is what it is. I'm back here now, and I'm ready to play ball.
How is training in altitude different from being here in the humidity?
It's very opposite. Out there, it's you can't breathe that well. Here, you can almost breathe too much. So, the humidity is fine. I think the heat is what I'm not used to. The dry air in Colorado isn't like this, but I'll get used to it.
Did you wear the long sleeves to kind of even make it hotter and kind of test
a little bit, just kind of train heavier, and then you get to play a little lighter.
Do you feel any more or less behind than you thought you would be?
No, I felt really good. I already knew all the plays coming into today. Me and Coach Skip had wrapped them, all the running backs that helped me out. So, it's just about coming out here, knowing what I'm doing, and playing fast. And in the next practice, whenever that is, it'll be the same thing.
Can you walk us through any of the highlights and lowlights from these past 2 weeks about this experience?
Highlights, you're with your family one last time. I'm training hard. I got a great training staff back there with Lauren Lando, my guy, who helps me out a lot. And being able to learn from my dad and some routes and just doing stuff like that, that's a positive. Negative, obviously, you can't get acclimated here with the guys. It's the plays will come, but it is, it hurts not being part of the team for a while, but it is what it is. And you get to come back, get acclimated, and get ready to go.
Did you and Solomon kind of compare notes on sort of how antiquated this rule is?
Oh, yeah, we had some conversations, but, he's the same way as I am. He's just ready to get out there and play football and excited to go out there. I wish nothing but success to him. That's, one of my best friends, my roommate, so I'm excited to see he's got a great attitude about it.
Christian, I know you studied your playbook, but did you study any of your teammates as well during your downtime?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You have to. These are the guys you play against more than anybody, so that's something that you have to do.
Any examples of that?
Just you could name about every example you could think of. That's kind of mostly the linebackers because that's who you go against every day.
I think you took a single handoff from Cam maybe today. Was that right? And is that your first one?
Honestly, I couldn't tell. You get out there and it's all just kind of zoned in. You don't even think. So you just kind of, once you step on the field, it's kind of you and your bubble just getting it down.
Christian, you talked to Cam at all about it? It was different circumstances, but there was an NFL lockout when he was coming in as a rookie, so he missed all that time during that lockout. Did you talk to him about kind of how to catch up at all, or have you had a chance to speak to him?
Yeah, they all say the same thing, man. It's just getting your playbooks, but once you get out here, come out here and have fun, and that's all it is. You miss some time, but that part's over now, so I'm just focused on what I can do now. He just told me to show up and ball out.
Lots been made about how will they use you, how will they use JC. What's your relationship been like with him? Did he reach out to you during the time you were away?
Yeah, definitely. He's been awesome. All the backs have been great. Him and Fozzie and Sims, all of them have been, real good. Cap's been good too, just helping me learn all the plays and just being there. So, they're great guys, and I'm real lucky to be in the locker room with them.
It was, and I know some of you guys saw some of the things that we want to do. Hope nobody tweeted it out. But we were very excited to have him out here and be part of what we're doing. I think it kind of it was nice just to have him, even though as brief as it was. I think his teammates got a feel for the flair that he can help bring to what we want to do offensively.
Ron, on Tuesday you said you'd find out real quick where exactly he fit in. Today it looked like just about all over the field. Is that cohesive to what you guys have planned for him in the future?
For the most part, it is. We're really excited about, again, what he can do and his abilities and the things that he's going to help open up for his teammates. I'm excited for what it means for Jonathan and for Greg Olsen and Kelvin and Funch. It's one of those things that he's going to take a lot of pressure off of people as well, and probably the biggest thing is we've given our quarterback another weapon, another tool.
Well, a number of guys will probably take off, run. Will he be around the facility? Is he able to?
Well, he'll do what he has to. Again, the rookies are here for one more week, and we're allowed to have the facility open for them to lift and stuff like that. But you can't have the interaction with the coaches. So again, he'll be here doing what he needs to do, and then I know at some point he's probably going to go home and see his family before we get into training camp. But it's good to have him here, like I said.
Ron, at the end of rookie minicamp, you said you were excited about seeing what he could do with the full team. Did you get a sense of what he could do, and how excited are you?
Well, we just got a sense, some things, not as much as we'd like to, obviously. But in the last few days, us as a football team, we put the plays in that he'll run for the most part. That'll feature his abilities. You saw that with Fozzie. We think he and Fozzie are a very good complement to each other, and I think with Jonathan there, we have a very good tandem. So we're excited about again what he's going to bring to the table for us.
Ron, you said when he was drafted that Christian's preparation for everything he does was really impressive. What did he look like today, right when he came out here? Could you tell he was prepared? Was he
Oh, very much so. Today was a red zone drill, and one of the things that happened, Coach Wooks had a blitz on, and Christian was in there, and I looked up and saw the blitz, and I saw the play, and it called for Christian to read for protection, which he did. He did very well. So, I knew it was something that he had to have studied because, again, he would not know who to pick up or who to read.
Ron, do you go into training camp thinking you will have Michael or available or not?
We're going to go into training camp with the guys that we have. We'll have 90 on our roster, and we'll be ready to go with those guys.
How would you handicap that right tackle position? Darryl and Taylor getting a lot of reps.
Well, I think right now, Darryl's done a very nice job. Taylor's got a lot to learn. He's still growing. But I think Darryl really came into camp and has done the things that we've needed him to do.
Did you get a chance to talk to Michael at all over the last few days?
No. And again, that's what's going on is they're taking care of it.
Taking care of what?
They're taking care of it.
Did you get everything done that you were hoping to over these 3 days?
I did. I was really excited for the most part. Again, these last 3 days were the biggest thing was a review, and what we tried to do is we did it. We went through a complete installation during the OTA periods, and then these last 3 days we really wanted to test the young guys to see what their retention was. We wanted to see where the veterans were in terms of the units that were whole, and gave us a great opportunity to see that. And then today was a real good culmination. As you noticed, we did a lot of no huddle stuff today, picked the tempo up, worked that. And I was really excited about it. Probably the biggest disappointment I had today was Throwback Thursday, and they didn't play my song, which really disappointed me.
You weren't the only one disappointed by the music.
Oh, I know, but it's Throwback Thursday. Shoot, they're going to play the music I want on Throwback Thursday.
Ron, we all took kind of note on the sideline of Mose Frazier taking a swing at Luke. What was your reaction to that?
Well, my reaction to that is that Mose isn't going to take it from anybody. And at the same time, he's just got to be smart because, again, he gets ejected, and if our guy reacts to it, he gets ejected. So that's basically what I told both those guys. Is let's be smart. Let's understand we all have Panthers on our heads, and let's don't get thrown out of football games.
What did you think about the kind of the show the defense put on yesterday and the intensity they brought?
Well, I thought the intensity was great. I mean, again, it's one of those things that you want. You want it at an up tempo, and I thought early on the offense reacted very well. I thought the offense did some really good things early on. I thought we ran the ball very effectively. We hit a couple of big runs, and then I thought the defense came out and reacted, especially when we went into the 2-minute drill, stuff like that. And so it was a tit for tat type of day. We had success on both sides of the ball, and when you're doing that, that means something good's happening.
Ron, have you been given any indication that Cam is not on schedule?
No, absolutely not. I mean, the statement that was released the other day was as true as it gets. You guys know how I am. I'm overly optimistic about things, but I did try to leave you guys a disclaimer last week to tell you that he'll do what the doctors and what the trainers said. So at this point, he's right where he needs to be.
Are you able to say kind of roughly when he might throw? Will it be before camp?
Well, I'm going to tell you when I think he's going to throw. But again, it's what I think. It's not what the doctor says, and that's probably the biggest difference as to my opinion on this and the doctor's knowledge. So,
when do you think that might be?
I'm hoping it's soon. I mean, again, it could be tomorrow. It could be next week. It's really when Ryan Vermillion and the doctors deem it necessary to start.
Getting this bird's eye view of installations and drills that Cam's been getting, do you think that's helpful for him moving forward?
It was, and we did it today. I don't know if you noticed, but we gave him control of the mics, and he called plays today. He talked with Coach Shula, and we were moving the ball. Cam controlled it. He made calls. He communicated with the quarterbacks, And he had a big smile on his face. He said, "I'm not sure if I like doing this. I'd much rather be being told what to do." So I think that was something that was really good for him to see exactly what a play caller goes through. And quite honestly, it's something that we thought about yesterday, and we probably should have been doing more of it. In all honesty.
You think you will do more of it?
If he's not ready to go, absolutely.
It also kept him from chirping at the defense for.
Well, that's but that's all part of it too. Because again, if you can't handle it out here on the field, you're most certainly going to handle it in the game. And but at the same time, you also want to make sure we're focusing on what we need to get done.
Ron, between Cam not being available and Christian not being here, is your offense behind?
No. I think the players that are doing the things that we're going to need to do, those guys haven't had the reps that they needed. But we installed exactly what we're going to install when we get to training camp. I mean, I thought the installation went very well. I thought, again, the players were able to regurgitate the things that they learned the first 10 practices of OTAs, and then again the culmination of the last 3 days. I was a little upset yesterday with practice. I got a chance to watch the tape and realize that it was a good practice. I mean, when you put it on tape and you look at the things, yeah, sure, a couple things happened. We made some plays on defense, but the routes were run the way they were supposed to. The protection was what it was supposed to be done. The quarterback made the decisions. The coverage was what we wanted. The rush is getting there. Of course, we can't see the full rush because you can't finish, but the things that we needed to do, I thought we did in the last 3 days, Darren. I really do. I thought offensively, defensively, special teams, we're in a good place right now.
Ron, you go back to Cam's rookie year, they had the lockout. Of course, he missed all this, because of that. But he was fine to start the season and obviously had a pretty good rookie season. I mean, are you thinking big picture-wise that Christian's going to be just fine once the season gets here?
I do, mostly because, he's a very smart football player. He understands the game. He knows the game. And, I think that shows. So I'm fairly confident that once we get the training camp and we get going full blast, there's going to be no fall off. We're going to be right where we need to be.
You said you would be happy to share your opinions about that rule if anyone asked. Has anybody asked?
Nope, nobody's asked. But again, there's been a lot of people that have talked about it already, and a lot of people share my opinion. And that's just the rule. I mean, until the rules change, that's what we got to live by.
Ron, among the guys who were sidelined through minicamp, any concern on any of them for their availability?
The anticipation is everybody being available, with the exception of I believe it's Ryan Dallaire. He's still rehabbing off the knee from last season. So there may be one or two that I'm not thinking of right now.
Rob, from your perspective, what's the difference between James and Darryl last year and James and Darryl this year? Did you notice that on the field?
A year of experience, I really do. I mean, they're not wide-eyed like when they came in last year. You see them anticipating better. I think they're learning how to study and become pros. And that's probably the biggest thing, more so than anything else. I think is they're learning how to be pros.
What's the first thing you do after you wrap up mini camp like this?
Me? I'm going to end up watching tape. I mean, we just got done. I go upstairs, watch the tape with the coaches. We're going to meet, and we'll talk about some things, and we'll slow down for a little bit. I'll be around for a while, so I'll be in and out, and it'll be a chance to pop in and see how the rookies are doing next week as well.
Other than going to Nashville, will training camp look any differently? Is there anything you're thinking about tweaking?
No. I again, looking at the things that we've done in the past and things that I think helped us, especially going back to 2013, 2014, and 2015. Those are things that we're going to use more so than what we did last year for obvious reasons.
When you're looking at the film of minicamp, are you going to be looking for more execution of plays? Are you looking for attitude? Are you looking
for a combination of everything? Again, that's and that's what you have to do. I mean, you're going to look at, first of all, is it going to be execution? You see, one of the things you always like to do is look at the beginning. How did things look at the beginning, and then you look at now. So getting a chance to look at these last three pieces, these last three practices, would be really good. And then go back and probably watch, the second or third practice, and see what the big difference is. Look at the cut-ups that we made and see what we learned. The cut-ups will come up and they'll be in order from the first couple practices till today. So you'll get a chance to really see. And one thing you're looking for is if we've got somebody making the same mistake. So there's a lot of advantages to having the cut-ups and watching practice.
Did your owner get to address the team?
No, he came in and Mr. Richardson does what he does, and that's observe and greet people, and it's great. I think it was awesome to have him here.
Alrighty. Welcome back into the new and improved Black Cat Studio. Um, it will be really, really improved. I'm getting some new technology coming in, just waiting for it to come in. I'm getting new mics, new everything, so hopefully the production is a lot better. But since it's been, 6 months since we've talked last, it's a lot of stuff to talk about with Carolina. So I'm going to hit on the really important topics. One of the biggest storylines of the offseason was K'Wan Short. I am so excited to see K'Wan Short finally got a well-earned and deserved contract. I mean, he didn't get as many. I mean, he didn't get as much pressure and everything as he did in the prior season. But it's no denying he's still one of the best young defensive tackles. And now we just need to get Star Lotulelei signed. We're gonna have a really good interior for a very long time, and we can make that happen. And I cannot go without talking about Julius Peppers. When I got out and I looked at and I saw that we got him, I was so excited. And yes, he's older, so I'm not gonna expect him to put up 15 sacks, but you can go back and look at the film last year from the Packers and from the Bears and everything. He's still got some juice left, and I mean he's like a Steve Smith version, except he's a defensive end because he keeps going and going and going and doesn't know when to stop. I am so excited about that. I'm still upset that we kind of addressed it in draft, but we kind of didn't. Is the defensive end position. Because, like I said, we're not expecting Julius Peppers to get 15, 16 sacks. That's not going to happen. Well, if it does, it does. But I doubt that happens. But who do we have on the other side? Mario Addison had a career high 9.5 sacks last season. But throughout his career, he's always been a situational pass rusher. That was a good season for him, a really good season for him. But it wasn't a dominating season. We need someone that's going to dominate the outside for us. So when we get the pressure at the middle, we need somebody that can take advantage of that. And I don't think we have that right now. That's one of the weaknesses on this team. So I think we really, really need to address that because our secondary, I know people are still raving about Bradbury. And maybe I missed the last few games that he had. Unless he has something way different and remarkable, I'm still not buying in on him yet. We still have issues in the secondary. And then we got Captain Muller. And everybody knows how I was about Captain Muller. He was a part of Carolina. I don't necessarily care for him. He's a feisty dude. I get that. He brings a little edge, a little attitude. But at the same time, he allows so much. Like it's like he's always on top of the ball, but he's allowing it. They're like he doesn't have the best instincts. He doesn't have the best speed and everything like that. So everybody's gonna hate on me for this, but I wasn't a big fan of bringing him back. Like it's completely different than how Julius Peppers was. Like Julius Peppers was a dominant player at that position. So I'm kind of like iffy about bringing him back, but then again, what do we have better than him? So I'm not gonna say that he's a bum or anything. So we don't really have too much better than him at the nickel position. So I get why they did it. I still think that they should have gave D. Miller a chance. I know he was a bust and everything, but that was in more of a man-to-man scheme. I think he might be more of a zone cornerback. So that's a disappointment in the secondary that we didn't really address that. Now, we did draft a young cornerback. He's heard great things from him and everything like that, but he's a rookie. So, and he was drafted in the later rounds for a reason. So I really I think like those parts, if we do struggle on defense, the outside rush and the cornerbacks are going to be the problem. That's going to be the issue if we struggle this season because I'm about to get to it in a minute. I am so freaking excited about our offense. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me finish with the defense because I'm just gonna drop a hint. I think this is gonna be Cam Newton's best year. Yeah, like the cornerbacks. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of our cornerbacks right now, but maybe they can prove me wrong, and I hope they prove me wrong and perform at a higher standard than they did last year. Our linebacking core, you already know, our linebacking core is amazing. We got the only negative is that we lost A.J. Klein in the offseason to the Saints. He's going to start for the Saints, and he's a pretty he's like above average, a little bit above average when it comes. He's a really good run stopper. So, hopefully he I don't wish any ill will towards him. I hope he has a good career with the Saints. There's so much to talk about, like even in our own divisions, whether it's from the Falcons to and we all know how I feel about the Falcons. I hate the Falcons. Whether it's from the Falcons to the Saints to the Bucks, everybody in our division got better. So this is going to be a very, very tough division to win. All right, let's jump on the off season because I'm not going to try to keep y'all here for 2-3 hours because there's so much we can talk about. I'll probably break it off. I'll do one right now, and then I'll do one probably tomorrow, give y'all something to listen to on a Sunday. But the offense, I think, is going to be in the top 5 offenses this year. Maybe number 1. I think that, if we can click the way that we are trying to click, we're trying to change it up a little bit. Christian McCaffrey in college was a beast. And Christian McCaffrey in the NFL, if Cam can just be patient, if he could just be patient and say, you know what, Christian McCaffrey's underneath, I'm going to dump it off to him. Or Curtis Samuel's underneath, I'm going to dump it off to him. This offense will carry this team. If we have success, this offense will be the reason why. Because Christian McCaffrey is lightning in a bottle. And one of the things that people don't really talk about, when he was in college, is him running between the tackles. Like, he's a small guy, but he ran between the tackles, and he was getting. And then they talk about the volume of carries. He was getting like 30 carries a game. I think it was like 28 carries a game. So, like, he's done this before. Not on this level, of course, but he's done this before. So, I can see it being, because we're not going to push Jonathan Stewart out the way. So, I can see it being more on the lines of how it was when Jonathan Stewart was a rookie and DeAndre Williams was with us. I really do think it's going to be like a 50-50 split almost. Maybe 60-40, but it's going to be closer than most. And it's going to preserve Jonathan Stewart's career if he does have a career after this year with Carolina. It's going to preserve more years on top of that. And it's going to preserve Christian McCaffrey's young career so he won't just have to carry the bulk of the load. I am so excited about that. And Cam Newton, he finally got his shoulder surgery, so hopefully all that gets taken, out of the way. I really do think that this is going to be a good year. I know a lot of analysts and everything. I don't see how we had a down year. We won the division 3 years in a row. The one thing that aggravates me with all these analysts is we won the division 3 years in a row, and then we had a bad year. So they just forget about everything that happened in the past. It can't just be a bad year. They forget about everything that happened in the past. They forget that we made the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They see all these weaknesses all of a sudden. Last year, they didn't see that many weaknesses but going into the season. But now they see all these weaknesses and everything. And you know what? Go back and check. Just about every time that they bet against us, Carolina always comes on top and always wins the division, always has a 12-4 record, 11-5, something like that. And to be honest, it's not going to be even that tough to get it. Now our division is a lot tougher, but because the Saints got AP, they shored up a little bit on their defense. They don't have Brandon Cooks anymore. That was a shocker. I don't agree with that, but at the same time, Thompson, I get why they did it, because Drew Brees, he can make anybody a weapon. To be honest with you, I mean that's just what he does. So, the Falcons, I don't even know. I haven't even done a lot of research and everything on how they actually got to the Super Bowl. It kind of still pisses me off, but at the same time, they have a really good offense. Their defense is starting to catch up. And then there's the Bucs. The Bucs, they've added so much on their team, and one of the biggest acquisitions is Deshaun Jackson going along with Evans and the tight end. They're going to be a really good team. So it's not going to be easy by any means. So Carolina Panther fans, it's not going to be easy. But I really do believe, like, we got, out of all the teams in one area in our division, I think we got the best in one of the in strengthening one of our weaknesses, because like Christian McCaffrey, Curtis Samuel, we drafted an offensive tackle. And speaking of offensive tackles, even though it was a big risk, I'm proud of Dave Gettleman. I'm proud of the Carolina Panthers to say, you know what? We're tired of not having Cam's blindside protected. And this was probably one of the biggest deals we've done in Carolina since we did Keyshawn Johnson. Like, because we don't sign big free agents. We don't sign them to that luxurious deal or whatever. So this was probably like the biggest acquisition since Keyshawn Johnson. And I applaud them. I really, really do, because it was no way I thought that we were going to take that. But finally, they see the light. They say, you know what? If we fail, we're going to fail trying. So we're going to get somebody that's hopefully can protect the blind side, and hopefully Ryan Khalil can get with them, and they can work, because Ryan Khalil is still one of the best centers in the league. So maybe they can work on their footwork. They can work on a lot of stuff like that. I'm just so freaking excited about that. We're strengthening our offensive line. We drafted an offensive tackle, so we're finally fully building from the inside out on offense. And then we secured the offensive line, hopefully. So after that, we draft a running back, not just any running back, the best pass-catching running back in the NFL, saying, you know what, Cam, you're getting beat up. We want you to last another 10 years. So we're going to give you somebody that's going to always be open, and you can just dump it off to, and he can go 70 yards. You don't have to do as much work. That's basically what they're telling us. And then on top of drafting Curtis McCaffrey, which, like I said, that was a great pick, amazing pick. I'm kind of glad Leonard Fournette wasn't there, because he would be more like a Jonathan Stewart, and we don't need two. Like he's just a younger version. Like and then we draft Curtis Samuel. Not only was he a really good receiver in college, he ran the ball some. So think about it, how many trick plays and different things that we can do on that end. He, to me, is going to be like a better version of what Steve Smith was. I mean, not Steve Smith. I'm sorry. Steve Smith is a Hall of Famer. Of what Ted Ginn was. Ted Ginn was just fast and didn't have hands, but he actually can catch the ball. And he's fast. He ran a 4.31, so he's not slow. He's really fast. So I really do think that he can work the slot. Like, because slot receivers, they don't get double team or anything like that. I think he can work the slot, get catches, and like one of those two is my prediction to be rookie of the year. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more. I got to see how how things go, and then I'll give you my prediction before the season starts about who I really think is going to be. But one of those are going to be the Rookie of the Year. So, yeah, like I'm just so excited about our offense. We got from, Greg Olsen still there. So this is our rundown on our offense. We got Greg Olsen. We got, well, of course, Cam Newton. We got Greg Olsen, Jonathan Stewart, Christian McCaffrey, Curtis Samuel. Don't forget about KB. Like, I really do think, hopefully, this is like motivation to KB to be like, I got to get in shape. Last year was an aberration. My rookie year is who I really am. So let's do this. Like, that's how I want him to be. We got Funches. We got our offensive line looks like it's secure. I'm really, 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 really excited about where we are at on offense. So who knows? Hopefully we can click like I'm envisioning in my head. Because I'm about to start wrapping this up, but we got Cam Newton. Luke Kuechly was just got on the top 100. So we got the basic players that's always on the top 100s and everything. So but Cam fell from 1 to 44, I believe. It is what it is. He had a bad year. And a lot of people thought I was bashing him last year. I'm a Cam supporter. I've always been a Cam supporter. But I'm a realist, and I'm going to speak the truth. He struggled last year, and some of it was because of him. Yeah, some of it was the offensive line and everything, but a lot of it was because of him. And I understand he had an injury and everything like that, but if you're going to play, there's no excuses. We got to put on our big boy pants. We're fans and everything, but we got to tell the truth and stop protecting some of these players. But thank you guys so much. Like I said, I am so proud to finally can say to everyone that I finally did what I set out to do, and I am a United States Marine. Please go to my page. You can click the link on any of my sites. You can my Twitter is panthernation 28. You can go. I'll leave my link. You can go look up panthernation 28 for my Facebook page. You can click the link, and I'll have links everywhere so you can listen to the podcast. Please follow me, add me. Again, my Twitter name is panthernation28. You can find me on YouTube at Carolina Panthers. You'll see the symbol. You'll know it's me. So please subscribe. Subscribe. You can go to my website and actually donate a little something here and there. You don't have to, overdo it or anything like that. Just donate, please. So we can try to get better quality and get y'all what y'all actually deserve. Thank y'all for so much of the support that I've been getting. Like I said, it's been a long journey to get here, and I want to thank everybody, my family, my friends, even some of the fans that I have. It may not be too many right now, but thank y'all. I really appreciate y'all for sticking by me, because, y'all were downloading stuff when I haven't even made any in 5 months, any podcast, so thank you guys. So, like I said, this is the Black Cats Podcast.
Y'all know what time it is. Why? I like to introduce the song. Bow, and present to many. Carolina Panthers. T1, let go.
There we go again. You know we about to show out, cause we know we gon' win. We ready for the kick out, so go on, let us in, so we can hit the end zone and show you how we dance. Black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. Here we go again. Yeah, black, blue, silver, white, black, blue. We gon' get it. Yeah.